Right, Corbyn, I'm here to explain to you, as a British citizen with my feet on the ground and my ear to the ground, that the second referendum is not some way off. It is something that a very large percentage of the British population now want. And that does include a fair portion of people who were persuaded to vote leave on the strength of a pack of lies for which Boris Johnson is now facing trial for in a court of law in Britain. Okay? Now, it was a criminal offence that people were told outright lies about something that is going to affect their food and medicine supply. That is now going to put them at risk of depending on America for substandard food that is banned in the EU and for extortionately priced medicines that are so extortionately priced that the people of America are dying because they can't afford their medications. And handing over of our NHS to American health insurance companies as part of the deal. Now, you better get your feet in action, okay? Get your arse into gear and give us the second referendum. That is our lawful right as victims of crime, victims of perjury, in order to steal away our rights and to steal away our abundant, healthy food supply and our cheap, abundant supply of medications that we have been accustomed to for how long? And in a divorce, okay, both parties, okay, if one party has been dependent on the other, then that party has a right to a life that they've been accustomed to. Well, we've been accustomed to healthy food. America's not going to provide it. There is nowhere else to provide it. We don't want a soft Brexit. We don't want a soft Brexit. What is a soft Brexit? Where are the benefits? What a soft Brexit means is, oh, we might still get our food and medicines, but perhaps maybe none of the rights. Perhaps maybe no freedom of movement. No, sorry, we don't want a soft Brexit. People did not vote for a soft Brexit. We voted either to remain or leave. A lot of people have realised now, having been bamboozled into believing that they really were voting for Brexit, okay, when actually what they were voting for is to stay or a New Deal orchestrated by the Tories that would pull the rug from underneath the feet of the majority of the British population and even those who voted Brexit. We want a second referendum, and if you're not going to give it to us, you're not fit to stand for office because you've not got your ear on the ground. You are not in connection. You're not connected to the majority of the people in this country who do not want to leave the EU. Even many, as I say, a fair portion of the people who voted leave have changed their minds. I don't trust the election. I don't trust any election in this country. In fact, Venezuela's elections are fairer and more secure than the vote in Britain. These recent EU elections, I wasn't even sent a poll card. I do not trust, and I am very, very concerned about this far-right extremism that is taking hold in Britain. We are not America. We cannot absorb that level of hatred and animosity. It needs to be calmed down. A soft Brexit is not going to calm it down. We want our country back, and if Britain wants to leave the EU at some later stage, then yes, we will need a strong leader to help us get on our feet, and that means renationalising a lot of what has been stolen off us by these criminal Tories who've murdered 120,000 British citizens, and you've got nothing to say about that. We want them in jail, actually. That's what we want. That's why I call you Mr. Wishy-Washy, because I tell you now, there's nothing wishy-washy for the British people who have been living through this austerity, who've lost their pensions, their trust funds, their businesses, their jobs, their benefits, their homes, even their families. their children being taken off them for a profit. Has been going on in this country, causing actual emotional damage to children in order to remove them from their homes, to protect them allegedly from a future emotional risk. I mean, how does that make any sense? You people aren't making sense. You're making profits, giving us wishy-washy drivel. We want a second referendum, and I tell you now, this country will explode if we don't get it. How dare you lot even consider inviting Trump over here, who stands by Kim Jong-un? How fucking dare you?